Hello again and welcome to the fifth and last envelope. Now I'm battling the camera because this is actually the third video I filmed today because I cannot wait. Like my original plan was to play one game a weekend and film it and present it eventually, but I cannot wait to get to the end of this, so I'm just gonna bring you down. I could have made a joke there, but I refrained from. And let's just delve into the last envelope. Alright, still haven't found the trend though. Been looking, still can't find it. So, got a piece of lace, a cute little dish. See, try not to lose anything. And then we got the cicada here. Let's see now. Here we go. Episode 5. Letter from Grace, spell instructions, cicada talisman, piece of lace, fireproof dish, lost in the labyrinth page, letter from Kayla, note from Isabella, photo of Isabella, and obituary. Probably because of what we did last time. So, here's a picture of Isabella with her cute little friend. So the spell instructions, I will turn this video off later and finish that because battery. Now I'm panicking. But let's start with Grace's letter, as usual. Dear stranger, the lowering sun approaches the horizon. Night is breaking. The final hour is upon us. Our mutual endeavor has succeeded better than I hoped, though it grieves me to say it. Dr. Oliver, who was so long afflicted, has been freed from malign influences at last, though his life was forfeit. I warned you of the perils of this undertaking. It seems now the risks were even greater than I knew. Great. If only I could have seen ahead with as much clarity as I now see what has already passed, so much suffering could have been avoided. It shall be the enduring burden of my waning years, all the harm that might not have been. I received another missive from a girl, Kayla, Isabella's heart companion, and I have at last fortified myself enough to open it. I will share it with you another talisman to support you too. The cicada is a wise and noble creature, reborn according to a sacred cycle, and it will give you strength to come through this trial safely. I am grateful I have tools and charms to help in this pursuit. Though the age of the lightning itself was not as terrible as I feared, Isabella's words, as you will see, cut deep. It is so much worse than I dared believe. I have hesitated even to write these words to you, so wholly do I wish they were not true. But I can deceive myself no longer. The time for halcyon hopes has passed. I know at last what must be done. I have supplied you with 2 guides in this endeavor. First, a tale passed down for generations by the women in my family, which will trace for you the shape of Isabella's maze. I knew the moment that I read her words, this was a labyrinth of which she spoke. Second, I have made ready the spell that will help Isabella set her freedom into motion. I can help you find her true name only. The weaving of the rest must be her own. I know what must be done now. I dread to take this step, but I will do whatever it takes. And, indeed, when I look at Isabella now, I can see her spirit yearning to be free. See the toll the dark has taken on her. My poor brave girl. You will only have to persevere a little longer. Your relief is coming soon, I swear. I am glad, if nothing else, that I won't descend into this final trial of darkness all alone. Your aid, dear stranger, has been such a comfort in these dire days. I know I could not accomplish what is to come without your help. Until then, I am cherishing my time with Isabella, and strengthening my resolve to do what must be done. I urge you to do the same. The way that remains is dark and tangled, and our adversary will try to foil us with every step. Take heart. Grace U. Montgomery. Oh dear me. Shall we read Lost in the Labyrinth? I think so. Though all creatures of the earth were once in harmony, life was not entirely without strife. So we have a rabbit or a hare in a barrel. In the old times, when all the animals still had possessions of the true names, and so could still discern each other's speech, there was a young rabbit who was attacked by a fox. The terrified creature escaped, but was badly injured. She fled through the forest, certain that at any moment the fox would close the distance between them and finish her off. When she reached her warren, she went in search of a safe place to hide. First she went down and to the right, but thought she heard the fox calling out after her. She went further and further into the maze of tunnels, turning this way and that, and still she felt sure the fox was about to catch her and devour her. Before long she had gone so far that none of the roots or stones around her looked familiar anymore, and she knew that she was lost. Wounded, exhausted, and afraid, the rabbit lay down and wept, for she could not find her way home. After a while she heard a noise nearby, and looked up to see 3 cicadas creeping towards her. They were on the way to the surface, where the cicadas' arrival had been long awaited. "Excuse me," said the rabbit. "I'm lost and cannot find my way. Can you tell me where I am?" "You don't know?" they asked in great surprise. When the rabbit said that she did not, the 3 insects conferred amongst themselves for a time. The green cicada had lived for many years beneath the earth and was the wisest of the 3. He said, "We will put a question to you, and if you can answer it, you will surely know exactly where you are." The rabbit agreed and listened to the green cicada's words. "Where she lives, she casts a shadow, and when she dies, light may be seen. Her flesh is used to make the strongest tools, and her fruit is the fruit of the unenclosed land. Who is she?" The rabbit thought for a while, and at last she knew to whom the great entangled roots around her must belong. She gave her answer, and the insects praised her insight. "Since you have now proven yourself," they said, "we will answer any question you would like to ask us. What would you like to know?" The rabbit considered this offer for a while. At first she thought to ask how she might avoid the fox's jaws again, but she could tell there would be no second encounter with the fox for her. Then she thought to ask them how to show her the way home, but she had grown so weak by this time that she knew she could not make the journey. Instead she said, "I have been afraid for a long time, and I am in great pain. How may I be made free from my suffering?" The green cicada said, "Every flower fades in time. Perhaps you should ask the highest tree, at whose feet we now sit, for she knows everything there is to know in this wide world." The rabbit thanked the insects, and they continued on their way. Then Rabbit lay down again and closed her eyes. She was so very tired and so very frail, but she gathered up what strength she had left and called upon the wise old tree in whose roots she lay. After a time the rabbit heard the response to her plea. "I can do what you ask," the ancient tree said, "though there will be a cost." "I will pay it," said the rabbit, "whatever it may be, if it means I may be free of fear." You must give up your true name to me," said the tree. "To be truly free, you must relinquish your greatest strength, and only then will you find relief." "Is it wrong of me to do so?" the rabbit asked, worrying that it was her fear alone that drove her to ask this of the tree. "No, not at all, dear one," the tree replied. "You are very brave to make such a sacrifice." So the rabbit whispered her true name to the tree, who accepted it tenderly and wove a spell to set the weary rabbit free. Very mystical. Oh. And then the obituary of the dear doctor. And what I love for the back is "Lost in the Woods." Apparently, do you wish for some place to belong? To the wisdom, a better, more fulfilling life, we offer weekly gatherings, guided meditation, lifestyle coaching, community outreach, philanthropy events, like... Okay, so Dr. Harold Gray Oliver. Dr. Harold Gray Oliver, retired General Medical Officer of the United States Navy and veteran of the First Gulf War, died of natural causes at his home. He was 84! He is survived by his wife Francine Renee Brown and his son Grisham. Born and raised in Cooper's Rock, Dr. Oliver was the son of Dr. Samuel James and Linda Harwood Oliver, and followed in his father's footsteps to serve both in the military and as a local physician. He was one of the last doctors in the region to make house calls, and was widely regarded as a champion of the sick and a model neighbor. He was sometimes referred to as Dr. Hargo by local children. Is still a portmanteau of Harold G. Oliver. A family service will be held next Friday at noon. In lieu of flowers, his son has asked that donations be made to Radiant Mountains charities. Well, this has... gee, wonder if this is the oak tree. Let's see. A practitioner's true name is her greatest power and a closely guarded secret. It is an emblem of her spirit drawn from another ancient alphabet, and is used to strengthen spells and bind the earth's power to her. Knowing someone's name gives you power over them, particularly a person's true name. With their true name, you can enchant someone, call on them to do your bidding, or, perhaps the most hazardous spell of all, invoke the labyrinth of the named. Only the practitioner herself may weave this spell, and each practitioner's labyrinth takes a different form, according to the shape of her live streams. I know now that this must be what she intends. I can sense that she has set it into motion even now. It is up to you to navigate her maze and help her achieve her ends. The signs of ancient legends will point the way. But first you will need to know her true name. I am sworn to sacred silence, as I cannot tell you, but this spell, which I have prepared with gall ink from the acorns of our sacred oak, will reveal it clear enough. I have enclosed a token clipped from the hem of her nightdress, to be her effigy. Guard my dear girl's name, and use it only when the time is right. Okay, I'm going to do that in a moment. First, we will read Kayla's letter. Actually, wasn't properly sealed this time. Well, a little bit more. Oh dear. Here are notes from Hotel Superstay. Okay. Kyla, where am I? I woke up here and I'm so lost. I'm scared. I am sinking into shadow. I don't remember. The lightning come off my. I'm just swallowing up. There's so much darkness around me. Weeks and weeks. There one flashes, standing by the roadside, a man's face. A house shuttered down. A river under the ground. The pale moon rising, but I don't know if they're real. Whenever I come back to my body, I'm lost and I don't know where I am. What does it want with me? I think we were supposed to go to a party. The trees were dying golden brown. I was among to you. That's the last time I was myself. Now there's nobody without soul. The black sky beckons. I don't recognize anything in my here. I am falling. It's emptiness. I want to come home. Please tell Granny I will find her. I will make her dream. I will try to find you. Make her dream of me. I will try to find you too somehow. But if I don't, I want you to know you are the darling of my heart. Oh, darling. I think I'm way hurrying and my way is dim. Not sure if I can find my way home. I will leave you a path that will be clear if you remember what I taught you. I am trying to be strong, but it's so much stronger. I can feel darkness. I am frightened, but I will be like the rabbit and accept what must be as bravely as I can. I have been so happy with you. Oh. And with Granny. I will be glad to something. A labyrinth is the key to many doorways. Once you have gone far enough and invoked my true name, knock thrice on the glass and twine and 2 and 3 again until my sight goes dark. Wait for me. Tell Granny I will weave the labyrinth. If I can, come find me. Set me free. Yours always, Oh, there's just starlings. Okay, Kayla's letter. And I need to... I love the stationery. Okay, dear Miss Montgomery. Isabella told me once that wishing for something was a kind of magic all by itself, so I guess you could call this my spell. Please open this letter. Please, please, please open this letter. If you won't do it for me, do it for Isabella. She needs you. She's been trying to show me the way, but we need your help. Earlier this week I got a letter in the mail. I had no idea who would be writing to me, but I thought the handwriting of the envelope looked familiar, although it was also wrong somehow. As soon as I started reading, I realized why that was. The letter was from Isabella, and according to the postmark on the envelope, it was mailed during the time she was missing. I think the letter had been redirected or lost or something, because he got my address wrong. But it reached me in the end. Hopefully it's not too late. I'm including her letter with this note so you can read it for yourself. I wish you didn't have to read it, but you need to know. I wondered what happened to her during the months that she was gone, but now I almost wish I didn't know. It's hard to read, but what she wrote does make a lot of other things start to make sense in a horrible kind of way. I told you before that Isabella and I were writing in this online journal thing. A while back, I tried to look at some of our old entries, and they had been hidden somehow. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out how to unlock them. But once I read her letter, I got it. I don't know how she did it. If it was lightning's fault, or because she's body without soul, or what, but she's there somehow, on the block, in between the lines. She's been trying to get through to me all this time, and I couldn't see it. I hate to think her there, reaching out, with nobody to hear her. Even worse, I'm pretty sure that whatever you call the thing that was possessing her, it knows she's there and is closing in. To be honest though, even now that I've found her hidden messages, I'm not sure I know what to do with them. Her words came through wrong, backwards or all mixed up, but there are a few things I could follow. She kept talking about her true name, and dark clouds, and some kind of labyrinth. I understand bits and pieces of it, but overall I can't really make sense of it. You understand how this magic works, and you know Isabella better than anyone in the world. If anyone can put all the pieces together, I'm sure it's you. I feel like I failed her all over again. I love her so much, but all I've done the whole time I've known her is put her in danger, and now that she really needs me, I can't do anything to help her. I hope she can forgive me, Kayla. It's a love story! Alright, so now I'm gonna go decipher these instructions, reload the camera again, and then come back to you. Alright, so I've deciphered the message, given the camera a little bit more boost. The spell instructions. Mix sage with kindling, inflame safe vessel, set alight with black candle, place Isabella's token upon the flame. Rotate the spell Withersense 3 times, just above flame. Press ink to your heart and recite thrice. Hear me, Isabella. I invoke you by the fire and the earth and the rain. Speak to me your spirit name. Quench the flame with icy water, gaze at the spell, and her true name will be revealed. Okay. Her name is Ugly. I have decided. So, yeah. Alright, so that is the last part of the Empty Faces, the woods. Obviously I'm not gonna burn anything, because I really don't trust myself with fire, but so I do belatedly realize I've been talking about solving the case, and I did realize that, like, the number 3, that this wasn't really a case to solve, and I do remember that the Hunter Killer webpage did say this is more like an experience, and I honestly don't know how I fit it into myself that this was going to be a case to solve. I don't know, but still the story is really interesting, and I really love that cute little romance that's blooming between Kyla and Isabella. I'm like, oh, it's so cute, it's so cute. And listen, don't know if canonically their story has a happy ending. I'm hoping for it, I'm rooting for for a happy ending. I'm a little bit concerned for Grace. Like, I kinda got a really strong sense of finality from her. And honestly, thinking about it, I don't know if invoking Isabella's true name is actually gonna be helpful. The darkness already has her, and something has been, you know, has taken over her body. She is a soul without a body. I don't know if she can return to her body. Like, the story fragments that we have been given and that we have read, they don't really have endings. They do have parallels to what Isabella is going through. She is feeling stifled and isolated in the house, and she's a young girl. At that age, you want to go out and explore the world and experience it, and you kind of need to do so in order to become a fully grown adult. She meets Kyla and falls in love, but there was a reason for why Grace was trying to protect her and keeping her away from technology, or the lightning as you called it. It's because that darkness is, it's like a family curse, honestly. I like the story, and as I said, I really hope that there's a happy ending for Kyla and Isabella, but that is where we are wrapping this 5-part story up. I really hope you've been entertained. I really hope you had fun, and honestly, I'm going to playing a different game next time. That would be the Mountain Summit Mystery, which does have a mystery for us to solve, not just a wonderful story to follow. And don't know when that's going to be up, but yeah, that's it. Hope you had fun, and I will hopefully see you in another video of mine. Take care. Bless.